So if you own your own business, you're an independent contractor, maybe like a commission salesperson, and you're trying to grow your business or, grow your revenue, how do you advertise if you're more of an introvert, or how do you put yourself out there? How do you make sales and do sales if you're more introverted? And I'm making this video because I myself am more on the introverted side of the spectrum, just in general. So I know how that feels to want to grow your business, to want to connect with people, to want to create a name for yourself, while at the same time not feeling super comfortable to put yourself out there in different ways. I know some people just aren't inhibited whatsoever. They'll approach anyone, they'll cold call anyone, they'll put themselves out there, and they don't mind rejection, they don't get embarrassed easily, but I know that's not everyone. So I just wanted to discuss that a little bit today, how you can grow your business and kind of create a name for yourself and make connections without having to do things like cold calling, because that's not something I do whatsoever. But I have found methods that work for making connections, getting clients, building a name for myself in my industry and in my region. So for starters, I'm not the type of person that really wants my face all over the internet. Like, I'm making these YouTube videos because I want to share information, and speaking is the best way to do that rather than just having blog posts. But I don't really want to be famous. I don't want to have, my face on advertisements on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. I will go on the radio or TV or podcast if people ask me to, but I'm not one who's going to create my own podcast or go out of my way to put myself in those situations. So if you can relate to that, then you probably know how I feel, and maybe you're feeling that struggle of how do you grow your business being an introvert. So I think the main thing for me, the main approach, is being authentic and providing value. So if you're watching my videos, you know that I'm trying to provide value. I'm wanting to share the information that I have, the knowledge, the skills that I've gained about starting a business and growing a business. And I'm just sharing that authentically with people. I genuinely do want to share that information with people and share it for free. And also I'm doing that in an authentic way. As you can tell, I'm not the most animated, enthusiastic person. I'm more monotone, but that's just me being authentic. If I was to be all animated and enthusiastic, that's not who I am. So I'm not trying to force that. And I think when you do provide value and you are authentic, you're going to attract the right type of people, the clients that really do resonate with you and do value what you offer. And you're not trying to be someone you're not, and therefore attracting people who aren't really meant for you, at least in a business sense. So some of the ways in which you can advertise, you can network, you can grow your business if you feel more introverted. Obviously, you're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone in some form. But maybe that's just reaching out to different individuals, different organizations who you feel like you can partner with, especially if you can provide them some value. Like, if you can then pass them clients, they're going to be more receptive to building a relationship with you. I think another thing is going to business networking events, because when you go to business networking events, the people that are going there want to network. They want to meet people. They want to talk to new people. So it's easier to connect with people in that type of setting when they want to be met. They want to connect with new people. They want to grow out their business network. So I'll go to events like that, and I can tell that some people there are nervous, but just keep in mind that everyone there probably wants to talk with people and get to know them. So, get out of your comfort zone a little bit and just, speak with the person who's not talking with anyone, or strike up a conversation with a group. Another thing to do is just create content, whether that's Instagram posts or Facebook posts or blog posts or YouTube videos or Instagram reels. Create some content that is valuable, talking about what you do and how you help people, to inform them about your services, to inform them about the subjects that you're an expert in your field for your business. I think some people feel like they don't want to give away too much information, and that's fair. But at the same time, when you start to communicate that, you show your expertise. You show that you know what you're talking about and that you want to help people. And I think not only does that help people identify with you, but it makes them realize that you are an expert in your field. And maybe they didn't know anything about what you do or about that industry, and now you've educated them. And maybe that's going to draw them to you as a client, or at least a supporter. Now, another way to add value, to connect, to grow your network, to kind of demonstrate your expertise would be doing presentations. Do free presentations, and pretty much any industry can do this in some form. It's just about finding the right individuals, the right organizations, the right settings to present whatever it is that you specialize in. And so for me, being that I specialize in business startup and business management, I've partnered with various organizations in my region that are into economic development, that are into sharing that type of information with people that live here or newcomers to Canada, And that's a good way for me to, get in front of people, share my expertise, help them, generate more of like a reputation and a public image in the sense that I am an expert in that field. And, I don't expect anything from it. I'm not getting paid for it typically. It's me just wanting to share my information with these people, and it's a good way for me to become known in that field. So those are just some ways to, build a name for yourself, to advertise if you are more of an introvert and you don't really want to put your face out there too much publicly. There are a lot of ways to do it. Ultimately, it's A, finding what you're comfortable with, and B, forcing yourself at least a little bit out of your comfort zone, because growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So even for myself, as someone who typically doesn't approach people to speak, I've made a point of doing that more, especially at networking events, and I think that has helped as well. So hopefully the video was useful. If it was, please click like, and feel free to check out all my videos here on YouTube. I currently have over 170 that cover business management and business startup topics.